What's up, guys? Day 2 or day 3 or whatever of the fuel tank. So this is 2 days after I finished up with all the acid treatment and stuff. So basically what I did while waiting for my new parts, shout out to FCP Euro, got these to me in like 2 days. So I got my new pump and I got another new filter right here. So while both of mine that are in the car are brand new, they've been pumping a lot of rust through them. So no doubt they're probably bad and I don't want to, use them anymore anyway. So I'm gonna lifetime warranty them. So I'll send the old ones back, get those back. And then here's the sending unit. I'm gonna brake clean it up. And then this is the sock at the bottom that kind of, goes just like that and bolts on. My sock was broken, so I put some epoxy on there, or not epoxy, some JB Weld steel stick, and I JB welded it back together so that there's no like holes, and came out pretty well. I read that JB Weld should like withstand gasoline when it's cured, so I'm hoping that's true. Whatever, because you cannot buy this sock. You have to buy the whole unit, which for the most part is discontinued, but if it's not discontinued, it's like 350 bucks, and I'm not replacing something that works just fine. So all that's ready to go back in. Otherwise, what's next is to pull out all this assembly with the old filter and the pump, and I'm gonna brake clean through the expansion chamber just to make sure that there's no rust or anything in any of these pieces, because I do not want to risk it at all. So I'm gonna unhook all this stuff, take it out, swap in the new stuff, clean everything up, throw it in, and then we're just gonna be ready to put the tank back up. Okay, wow, so I got the assembly out, and look at that. Maybe you guys can see on camera, that's the inlet to the fuel pump. It is full of rust, like all the way in. I don't even know how this pump was actually pumping, because it is jammed with rust. That is not good whatsoever. No wonder why this thing had hardly any fuel pressure. That is so bad. I got the new pump and filter and the whole assembly mounted, all the lines hooked up. I got the tank in. At first I accidentally pinched the feed line, so I had to lower the tank again and get it back up there so that I could reach here. So the tank's up and mounted. Now all it's left to do is put back in the sending unit, and I believe that is it. Then I gotta put some gas in her, and I think this bad boy is ready to fire up actually. I'm very excited, a little nervous, but mostly excited. Oh, I gotta hook up the breather hoses. That's easy though. I don't think these even need like hose clamps. They had some on there, but they're really like shoddy. All this is vapor, so no pressure. So I'm not even gonna waste my time or my hose clamps. I'm just gonna shove them back on there. That's easy. Everything is finally hooked back up. I gotta say, I have never had a harder time getting lines on like this. The bigger line is too soft and really hard to get on. I broke the hose clamp, so I had to use this stupid big one. I'm hoping it doesn't leak. Got the small one on, and then these vapor hoses are just absolutely rock solid and ridiculously difficult to push back on. Finally got those, so I think everything is in order, and I think we're ready for the first start. Fingers crossed, let's see what happens. All right, here goes nothing. I'm gonna crank her over. No fuel, so I'm sure it'll take a little bit. Okay, let's make sure nothing's leaking. Nothing back here. Nothing here. Oh, maybe. Okay, yeah. It is leaking here. Awesome. So it's either the hose clamp or the line. I think it's actually the line. I think the line is ripped. All right, so I need a new line that goes from the pump to the in tank. It's a bigger one. For some reason, BMW made the feed bigger, so it's a 3/8, not a 5/16. Well, neither are right. Technically, it's metric, but the replacement is a 5/16 for standard like BMW fuel line, and a 3/8 for I guess this bigger stuff. So I gotta run to the store and grab some. You can see right here it ripped a little bit. I didn't think it went all the way through, but I guess it did. So that's the culprit, I'm assuming, and the hose clamp was junk. So I need a bigger hose clamp for this, and I need this size. So I'm gonna go run and grab that, and then should be ready to fire this thing up. I'm getting kind of frustrated at this point. I'm just trying to finish this thing up. I don't know why these stupid hoses and hose clamps are being such a pain in my ass. All right, take two. I got the new fuel line, and I got new hose clamps that actually fit. Everything's hooked back up. So now we're gonna try to crank it over again. Hopefully we have better luck this time. I know everything's working because the lines were full of gas, so clearly it was pumping, but totally dry system, so it'll take a while to kick on. But here goes nothing. Let's see. There we go. She's on, so it's pumping. Let's see what the fuel pressure's at. It's actually at 30, just like how it was before. That's kind of weird. Let's see if there's any leaks. No. Nope, no leaks. But I will say, when I was checking the old pump, if it was on, you could feel it and really hear it. This one, I don't even hear it at all. Or feel it. You can hardly feel, I guess it vibrates a little bit, but I'm guessing that's because the other one was full of rust, so it was not running good. The gas light's on. I've never actually, I didn't know that light worked, but that's cool that it works. Well, I mean, yeah, it's running. So let's see what happens when I rev it, because before it would go down. Let's see if it goes up. It still goes down a little bit, which is odd, but I don't know. So there's no fuel pressure change, but there's not a lot of gas in it. So really what I have to do is just I gotta go fill it up. But if nothing's leaking and it's running, then I'd say that's a plus. I mentioned how the fuel pressure didn't change once I fixed everything. And I wanted to say, I think I kind of thought about it and realized that since this is technically only a cold start valve, and yes, it comes right off the rail, when the car is actually demanding fuel, meaning revving, more of the fuel will be focused on the injectors, obviously. So I don't think this long line would get much fuel, you know, if any, because it's getting sucked away. If it was right here in the feed where all this is demanding it from this one line, then I think the pressure would have gone way up. So from the start, I don't think this was necessarily a like a good way to check, but even though it was probably not accurate, it led me to my issue, so I'm happy about that. But at the end of the day, that wasn't necessarily the best way to troubleshoot. But I just want to come in and say that this thing's got, I think, like a gallon in it or something is what my tank had. So let's hope that I make it there. I'm gonna be really frustrated if I break down on the way to the gas station, but it's not far, so we're gonna go there, fill it up, and then do some test drives and see how she runs. All right, I got a full tank. That was actually by mistake. I was gonna put it at like half because that's when the issue was more apparent, but otherwise you can see downshift, she goes through all the revs. The issue has not popped up, so I'm happy. I'm gonna go on a rather long drive right now. I'm gonna you know, take her through all the ropes, rev through it, get it hot, you know, just make sure that it's really like going through all the driving, and see if it pops back up. I'm nearly positive that that issue will be gone. All right, so I waited a couple days to update, but I got the whole fuel system back together and I took it on test drives. I've been test driving it all week, put a lot of miles on it, and the issue is completely gone. The E12 is running 100%. Finally, for the first time since I've owned it, Issue never came back. I knew it wouldn't. I knew I found the problem when I pulled that gas tank out. So I'm super stoked. It all worked. It was all worth it. Kind of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. Again, if you take away one thing from this series, from my whole E12 series, you know, from the first video of me draining that tank, I should have just pulled the tank and de-rusted it right from the start. I don't know why I thought I would get away with it not being dirty, or just wishful thinking because I didn't want to drop it. But do yourself a favor, save yourself the frustration, the time. Just pull the tank right away if you're getting a car that's been sitting for a long time, especially if it's an older car. Modern cars have plastic tanks, I believe, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so take that as advice. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. I'm so happy to have the E12 fixed, though it will be sold soon. So whatever, it is what it is, but it's 100% now, so I just had to update you guys. Thank you guys for watching what may be the last E12 video on this channel, as sad as that sounds. We'll see. So have a good one. Thanks for watching.